It seems that another coronavirus outbreak is happening in China again. Half a month ago, China reported more than 24 new coronavirus cases over the weekend in Anhui and Liaoning provinces. Now, while that's still happening, officials in southern China city of Guangzhou ordered a neighbourhood to be locked down over the weekend, and 12 of the reported cases found in Guangzhou were related to the Indian variants. Welcome to Beyond the News. I'm Faye. Since the virus cluster first reappeared in Anhui and Liaoning, China, millions of people rushed to get vaccinated. And when I say rush, I'm not kidding. Millions of people were racing to get the vaccination centers. Check this out. The CCP's mouthpiece, Global Times, reported on these two, headlining Chinese people rush to get vaccinated after sporadic domestic cases reported in Anhui and Liaoning, and after the number of cases continued to climb in Guangzhou. This is how it looks, the people trying to get vaccinated there. By the way, people there has invented another way of queuing up. They queued up their chairs and wrote a piece of note with the names and the number of people each chair is represented on it. I think that's pretty creative. Do you think so? The national vaccination effort has gained a bit of momentum. With 100 million shots administered in the last 5 days alone, it pushes the country past the 600 million dose mark. However, before this new round of outbreak, people in China had a very low take-up rate of vaccination, mostly because people do not trust the China-made vaccine. From the beginning until now, China only has its own made vaccine. Pfizer came to Hong Kong, but not mainland China yet. So the Communist Party has been very likely forcing everyone to get vaccinated with very strong persuasive words and maybe some gifts or cash too. Look at this vaccination ads in China. A rap song telling people to get jabbed quick, reported by The Guardian. What is more hilarious to me is that in the lyrics it says the whole world wants to get Chinese vaccines. But I don't think so, and I don't think you think so either. This is one of the tricks often played by the Chinese regime, pretending or lying to their people how good the stuff made in China is. In this case, it is the China-made vaccine. So people would be tricked to think that this vaccine must be really good since the whole world want it. And since they cannot get information from the rest of the world, lots of Chinese people would really believe in those lies. That is why brainwashing these people is often quite effective, done by the Chinese Communist Party. Another trick the Chinese government is using is to lure people to get vaccinated, is to give away free stuff like eggs, bottles of oil, or even cash. And this is very true. One of my colleagues told me that when her parents got vaccinated in China, they got a box of free eggs. Just imagine a family in China, the mom's about to cook dinner and then she turns around and shouted to dad, "Go get vaccinated, I ran out of eggs." All jokes aside, if the Chinese government really has the confidence in their vaccines, they wouldn't need to brainwash and even lure people into taking the jabs. Won't you think so? Back to the outbreak in Guangzhou, the capital city of Guangdong province, travel restrictions have now been imposed and mass testing is on the way. Schools closed and dining at restaurants banned. Investigators have so far traced the source of the bursting cases in this city to a 75-year-old woman who began experiencing a fever and other symptoms more than 10 days ago and was confirmed to be infected with the virus. She had died at a dim sum restaurant, and medical tracking uncovered 2 other people at the restaurant who were infected, and they seemed to have spread the virus to a dozen others, as reported by the China Youth Daily. 20 new local transmitted cases were confirmed on Sunday, 18 in Guangzhou and 2 in neighbouring Foshan. That brings the total to 47 cases, 21 of them asymptomatic, since the outbreak began on May 21st. What is worse, another city in the same province, Shenzhen, reported 2 new cases last Sunday, taking the city's total to 13. The patients in the current Guangzhou outbreak were all infected with the fast-spreading variant discovered in India, while the cases in Shenzhen had the same variant that was first found in Britain. The situation in China also raises concerns for neighbouring Hong Kong as to whether a possible reopening of the border with the mainland would be deferred. As we all know that these 2 virus variants could be much stronger and more dangerous, it raises the question, are those current vaccines on the market still effective for these variants? Indian variant was first detected in India last October and has since spread to more than 40 other countries, including Australia. Like the UK variant and the South African variant, the Indian variant is another variation of the COVID-19. Experts believe that the Indian variant could be more infectious than the previous variants, based on how rapidly it is spreading in some countries. Infectious disease experts said preliminary reports from the UK, where one of the Indian subtypes is surging in some parts of the country, suggest it is 50% more contagious than the UK variant, which is already 50 to 100% more contagious than the regular strain. As for the vaccine's effectiveness, a recent study showed that 2 doses of the Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines provided a similar level of protection against one of the subtypes of Indian variant, as they did against the UK variant. But the Indian variant has 3 subtypes, as identified by experts, and there's no much information on the vaccine's effectiveness against the other 2 subtypes. However, according to the WHO, they have a pretty definite answer to this question. Have a look at this video they made on what causes a virus to change. And at the end, they had a conclusion saying, the good news is the current COVID-19 vaccines are designed so that in most cases, they will work against new variants. Sounds like they can predict the future, but even then, they couldn't say all cases, only most cases. So how would we know if the variants we have now do not fall into the most cases category? My point is, shouldn't they be more cautious about this? Instead of telling everyone, don't worry, we got it covered, almost. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to avoid missing future episodes. Thank you for watching Beyond the News. I'm Faye. Until next time.